Good morning here, YouTube people. What is going on with you all today? Well, I'm over here in one of my many places, and I decided to come out with a video. Now, there are certain types of people that always want to have control in your life, what you do, who you could talk to, who you can't, things like this. And it's really not a way of living. I know a few guys that are being controlled all the time by certain women, and it's not good. And it's not good for a guy to control a woman either, but it is not good for any man to be controlled by a woman, you know. Other guys don't view men as being a strong man if a woman is always controlling every little aspect of their life. And there's a lot of women of these days that that's what they want to do. They want to disrupt the apple cart and tell you what you can and can't do and this and that. So it leads to that. I've been in a situation, or a couple of situations, where women have wanted to control me, and because I lay my life in the hands of my Father, it's a very difficult task to happen, because I don't allow that to happen in my life. If somebody is looking to control me, then you might as well look again, because it's not going to happen. There was a time where I would be working or whatever, and I was married. I would give my paycheck to my ex-wife. And even that is a point of control. You know, you need to be the one that sees everything through, because I don't know what she did with the money aside from pay certain bills that we had, but I know I made more than enough that I shouldn't have had to give her my check and then later not know what money I had left over after all of these bills or whatever. We were pretty frugal people, so me, spending money in electric or the house mortgage or whatever, it really wasn't all that great. But then whenever I moved on from that situation, I married another woman that was from Honduras. Well, it got to a point where she was telling me that I had to give her half of what I was making, which made 0 cents at all. And this is aside from me giving her money to have her children come over here and this and that. It just got to be way too much. And I lost a lot during that period of time. As a matter of fact, if I went back to it, it was a real terrible situation. Here I am supposedly helping this person out, and they are taking more advantage of me because of the situation. And it should never be that. It should never be that. So It just happens that that is the situation at hand. And, it doesn't only deal with money, it has a lot to do with your everyday things in life. You do what you do and they do what they do, is how it became, and I think she was resentful of me because of that, because I told her, I'm not giving you half of my pay anymore. Just not going to work. And, she wanted total dominance over everything, And, I told you, I am a very sociable person. So, if I talk with somebody, that's already a big deal. And it shouldn't be, because I don't put forth any more energy than just talking with the person. If I'm messing around with them or something like that, that's a different story. But I do my best not to do those types of things, because it only brings me problems in the future days and months and years and things like that. So I always look to strive and not get into a situation like that. But we know that my father was tempted himself. So, I feel like I'm in a separate class when it comes to that, because he was also tempted. And you just have to go with the right way, the way that you grew up, the way that people showed you how to do when you were young. You can never be wrong when you're following my father. You can never be wrong. Absolutely never. So if you put all your eggs in that basket, then you're going to come out smelling like roses. And if not, I don't know what to say for you. You'll be in a bad situation, in a pickle. But I just know that there's a lot of people out here, especially in this day and age, that would love to be able to control every single aspect in your life. And you don't want a person like that in your life, because it's only going to bring turmoil in the end. And those people, they can't be satisfied anyway, They're, I'm bored. You're bored, why? You're bored because of you. What is it that you like to do? People say that all the time. Well, I'm bored. Okay, so what makes you not bored? What makes you a happy camper? What makes you, if you're doing whatever it is you're doing, that makes you a happy camper? What is it that you could do that will change that situation? And most people cannot answer that question. They're just saying they're bored, but they don't know what they could do to change that situation at all. And it's ridiculous, because I've heard people say 100,000 times, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored. But they don't know what it is that they could do to change that situation. So at the end of the day, what have you accomplished? Absolutely nothing. And with that being said, I want to tell you that I love you. I love you right there. Love yourself. Love my Father God. And by all means, love each other, people. Until the next time, love, peace, and soul.
later.